Hi, everyone. Welcome to some tastings of our Grenache today. I'm Christine, and I am from the Woodinville Tasting Room.
And I'm Ryan, and I'm the assistant winemaker up here at Destiny Ridge.
So, Ryan, my first question for you is, our Grenache, we call it Purple Rain. So being in Western Washington, a lot of us like to pretend that it's for Huskies, but I don't think it is. So can you tell us where that name came from?
Definitely not for Huskies.
We can still
And I'm a Cougar alumni, so my dad is a Husky though. But yeah, no, Purple Rain in this case is actually an ode to Prince, who I believe is Jared's favorite musical artist. So you come around harvest when Jared's in the winery, you'll typically hear Prince playing over the speakers.
Nice.
That's his jam for sure.
And I like it. A lot of our club members don't even call it Grenache. They just go with the Purple Rain. They know that name.
Purple Rain. Yep. Yeah, Mr. Popular, Little Big Man, you get that a lot for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
So Purple Rain. This Grenache is actually grown on our ridge block. So it's at basically the highest point of the vineyard. And at that location, the wind is extremely intense. So with Grenache, you typically get bigger fruit, thin skin, so the color is very light. Up in that windy location, constantly pounding on the vines, that's like a stimulus for them to kind of build up their strength. So what you can see is, shoots, leaves, everything gets a little thicker. And what I've heard is it actually can influence the thickness of the skins. So in an act to protect itself against, the wind, they'll actually thicken. And what you do there is you just increase your skin to juice ratio, and you're ending up with a little bit darker, richer wine. In the 2018 Grenache, and typically in most of them, we'll still end up adding a little bit of Syrah as a blender. What that does is just bring some more weight to it and a little bit of tannin. And this Grenache is actually 98% Grenache and then 2% Syrah to help that, give it a little bit more body and complexity. Though when it comes out at 100%, it tastes pretty darn good. But that's kind of the artsy part of the winemaking, is you get to tweak the blends around a little bit. And we love the Grenache. We don't get that much because we don't have that much planted. We just put in another, I think it's like an acre and a half. Jared will be able to give you the real acreage on that. So hopefully we can increase our production a little bit because it's actually used, for this Purple Rain, and then members only. Sometimes finds its way into Rockstar as well. But this is also one of those limited release wines that you're only going to get pretty much in the wine club or if you visit the tasting room. And it's this year, I think it's a good balance. I mean, it's got a little bit of dark color to it, not super light. It's very Grenache in the nose. There's a lot of cranberry, pomegranate. And the good thing about Grenache too is it's pretty good at retaining its acidity. So it's refreshing just to drink if you're having a glass, and interesting, but then it's also really good with food. And the food pairings, I think, with Grenache range quite a bit. So just like you were talking about with the Reserve Viognier, you can go for Christmas turkey. Like this wine can go with turkey, sometimes fish, all the way up to grilled meats. And the flavors play really, really nicely with it.
And this is kind of my go-to red for the summertime because it is a little bit lighter. And
yep.
Drinking it out on the deck when the sun's out with a burger. I think it's
exactly
one for that.
Yep, and not a bad idea. You can throw it in the fridge for a couple of minutes before you open it. So just bring the temperature down a little bit. That'll help too.
You're talking just 10 or 15 minutes, right? So
yeah, nothing long. Nothing long. Yeah, just to bring it down. We would call it cellar temperature, somewhere around 55 or 56, depending on if you don't have a wine cellar.
Which we don't need.
Good wine, love the flavor, love the palate. This is one of my favorite Grenaches, and it is young, so I think it has the potential to just get better as it sits in a bottle for a little while. 2018 was a phenomenal year. I mean, for growing basically anything, reds or whites. So we're really excited for those wines that are coming out now. We're just getting into release in the 18s. I think they pack a punch for sure.
So what will happen with this wine, and if you aged it for a couple years? What's going to happen to it? Do you think in 2 years, 4 years?
it's just gonna get a little more complex, like, and it's gonna richen and round it out a little bit. So like, as I open this wine, I would have this open for a couple hours before I actually kind of dive into it. But as you get just a little bit of micro oxidation from the cork, it just really rounds it out and kind of brings it all together. Those newer wines that have the complexity there, they just need a little time to come together. That's how it goes. You try it again on the second day and you like it even better. Which all that means is if you want to have it for a meal or something like that, just open it a couple hours beforehand, take a little bit out, and then let it get some air, and it's good to go.
Now, if you didn't do that, if you didn't plan ahead and you wanted it, would you say you would decant that to get the same?
At this stage, yeah, I probably would.
Okay. So either open it up in the morning or decant it before you drink that one.
Yeah, I would. I don't think it's gonna hurt it at all. It's a pretty good
I think
wine.
it's been my favorite Grenache so far that we've had. I
Okay.
will be taking a few extra bottles home.
Yeah, I'm glad. This is one I would hold on to a couple and see what they do over the next 6, 8 months or a year. See how they change. All right.
Thanks for answering those questions. And for our club members, we hope to see you in our tasting room very, very soon. We hope everybody's staying safe, and cheers to all of you.
Cheers. Thank you.